I'm like extremely pleased to welcome our next speaker, because when I did the research for Alexander Shulgin to come on stage, when I did the research about him, I think it cannot be possible. I mean, it is like unbelievable. You have been a very successful musician. You've created 50 #1 hits. And you've been like a true rock star and like traveled outside of the Soviet Union back then, traveled to Germany, be one of the first bands to be signed outside of the Soviet Union. And you have sold more than 20 million albums. So I think that was already a very, very big accomplishment. But then he has become one of the leading technology investors and experts in crypto, ICOs, online gaming, many, many other areas. And like, I mean, when I asked him where he lives, and he said like the most accurate representation is on the airplane. So you're spending like 20% in Russia, which is like Moscow is still your home city, but like 80% around the world. You have made investment in such great companies as like Bitfury, Blockchain Media, and like, I mean, you've been like one of the leading experts, and you're going to tell us on what we should mine next and what's happening in the crypto space. So please give a big round of applause. This man is amazing and one of the leading crypto experts. It took us a long time to get him here. So please welcome Alexander Shulgin. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Now I have to make a 51 great exit, but it's already close to these numbers. But first of all, I would like to ask you if someone from your in crypto world. Not so many. And someone have experience with mining? Not so many. So I will tell you some interesting stories. So, what we do mine next? 100 years ago, you see this kind of miners, and you know that you have a salt mine very close from here. So if you will tell to the miners that you next, after salt and coal, you will mine coins, they will ask, what? But if you just tell them that you will mine virtual coins, they will, I think, they will, you see the faces, they will make some session of exorcism, and you in Transylvania know what means exorcism. But it's an interesting story. So it's last few years, maybe let's say 4, 5, 3 years, a lot of young people became extremely wealthy. They became multimillionaires just of mining the cryptocurrency, I would say so-called cryptocurrency. And one of my portfolio companies called Bitfury Group, which I was early investors now, already a few years ago became a unicorn and the largest blockchain coin company in the world with data centers in the 6 countries, and the data centers larger than Google data centers. So this has come with a big movement, and I can tell you that all of you who have no experience, that is completely unbelievable time. There's so exciting freedom, and it's like a rock and roll in the 70s. I call it block and roll. So it's a completely mix of rock and roll and anarchy, and everything is possible. Everything is possible. It's not like a centralized world. It's the young generation now understands that they can do a lot of things without banks, without any third party, without governments. It's very exciting, and then when a smart contract is appear, so this became a new era. And it's so much changes will be. It's like if you can just imagine, before electricity, there is previous people in the panel say that AI, it's new electricity. The AI cannot exist without blockchain. There is a lot of things which cannot exist, like Internet of Things and the smart city without blockchain. So blockchain, it's a technology which became a platform for the new generation of everything, the new generation of business. And if you will see the roadmap, it's a roadmap of decentralization of everything. During the last 400 years, you know, this industrial revolution start when the industry and technology start to centralize technology, centralize media, centralize government. You see how Europe became centralization and centralized distribution, production, and now time for decentralization and new technology which will help to make a decentralization of everything. It's a blockchain. So Bitcoin blockchain is appeared roughly 2010, which is 2009, but 2010. Smart contracts 2015. IoT start to make some MVP with a decentralized blockchain system 2017. Then IIoT, it's Industrial Internet of Things. Just try to test it now. Then we will see from the 2020 Energy of Things. It's a decentralized energy, and we work very hard on this. Decentralized energy, you have to just a little bit understand. Let's say this is a lamp, and they all centralized. The copper wire go to some I don't know, something switcher. The switchers go to the main building, switcher with a lot of copper wires. Then they go to districts, they go to the city main switchers. So many copper, so many wires, so many capex. So with decentralized energy, you just don't need it. You just need all lamps with a small semiconductor, and you can send the command to this lamp with some portion of energy. Send it, decentralized wireless energy. And this will keep 80% of the whole energy and a lot of capex, up to 80% of capex. And this will be energy of things, and then is economy of things. It's a new decentralized economy that is also known like a token economy. And this will be a wisdom economy, which I will talk a little bit later. How? Because of data mining. Because of data mining, it will be very important things to the all new things. It's data mining is kind of the same concept how you can mine so-called cryptocurrency. So this data mining will be oil for the smart cities and for all your drones and all other things. So of course you know what means Internet of Things, like a trillions of objects will be interconnected with each other. But it also will be Internet of content, because content will become very important role. So we now on the fourth generation wave of Internet of content. So it was started as a centralized content with media, TV, and decentralization. But now it's a start of the centralization. Now it's a start of decentralization of content. Why content so much important? Because content will be basic for the all data mining. Because there is no content from really content or data from the drone. Drone have to fly from A to B, and you know exactly all data of the drone. So decentralized city will exchange extremely mega gigabytes of the data. So the data will go up. This is only for the driverless car. So how data will go up for driverless car start to 2020, when the next generation of telecom, 5G, and especially 5G, it's called LTE-U, unlicensed, will appear to the market. So the new media space world will be a technical world at the bottom. You can see the smart transportation, smart cities, smart industrial, smart energy, and the social world, when all the humans and groups and people will be interconnect with each other, but also interconnect with the technical world. In the middle, like as a part of our brain, will be in the middle, this is called data mining. And data mining will play the main role, because you will have a collect data, the data became useful information, useful information became to knowledge, and knowledge became a wisdom, and wisdom will bring us decision, which will be predictable decision. Because for this moment, no one AI and no one smart city or Internet of Things cannot make a predictable, because they can do only analysis of the past, but they cannot make a predictable. So how we can make a predictable smart city, predictable life? So you have, let's say, Ronaldo, soccer. He have now like 300 million followers. And if you will compare Ronaldo with his massive of the followers, which bring a massive of the data, it will be like a Everest mountain, one of the big. So all these social networks will create a lot of data. And data will be like a big mountains in our life. So all this Internet of Things, driverless car, drones, will have all the fuel for the mining from all this media and Internet of content, where you can find a lot of content. Of course, of the celebrity, of course, sport, Games of Thrones, media, Instagram. This is content where a machine will mine and bring it to the smart city and bring it to all this driverless car and all the smart ambience around. Because human is not predictable. The robots is predictable because we are built robots by scenario, but humans completely unpredictable. And humans not unpredictable is anomalies. So if something happens, the human is unpredictable. So the data mining will be the core brain for all the future world to make the world smart. So we go from data to information, then we go to experience to knowledge, and then we go to the wisdom economy. The wisdom economy will come very soon. As the people told in the previous panel, that it's like a 20-25 years, artificial intellect or deep learning will come for the top line. I think it will be 2035. So 2035 will be very interesting time. So this is a battle between Warren Buffett and the ecosystem. Warren Buffett talks that Bitcoin is nothing. It's no value. But it's wrong, because every single miner who mine now, he built infrastructure. So the same infrastructure like you see with the electricity and roads, we need this infrastructure for the blockchain, for decentralized technology. So there can be infrastructure with a Bitcoin blockchain, or there is new infrastructure came to the market, and you can mine with your tablets or with your phone in your pocket. They passively will mine and bring a lot of success to the small and medium enterprises, to the startups. So all this system, which will be surrounding of the smart contracts, will bring our life easy, will bring our life better. But for this, you need, once again, you need infrastructure. So how blockchain helps startups and small and medium entertainment? First, it's will be protection of IP, of the piracy, on everything which you cannot stole any idea, because you know there is some YouTube come to some market, and there is a lot of YouTube in the different market without any, say, thanks to the parent idea or Facebook. So also lack of funding, because it's very difficult for the startup as small media enterprises just to to have access to the funding. And blockchain will allow it to raise the money through the ITO, initial token offering, which will be part of the token economy, which is the base of the economy. So the micro lending and factoring, the blockchain is perfect for this. And nano payment, it's very important because not any existing payment system can do nano payments. If you just want to read some article, just one phrase, you can pay 0.000 cent with a nano payment of blockchain or any other application on blockchain. Then is, of course, access to distribution. Digital distribution, with the content, now it's a distribute of the content, of the copy of the content. In the near future, it will be only one copy, which will allow access. Not distribute the unlimited copy, but access to the one copy, and you can collect all data in this capsule where is a single copy. And of course, crowdsourcing and crowd work, and data. Data will be very helpful for all your startups. If your startup's not connected to the data, and your startup will not think about the data, how data can help your startup or your small medium enterprises, you will not step in the future. Just if you just open just single cafe or single flower shop, you need data for the next start. So the blockchain and smart and small and medium enterprises and startups, which is startups is a small enterprises, can help to the smart cities, to the Internet of Things, to the driverless car, to the drones, to the industrial Internet of Things, and finally to decentralize energy, because you will be part of the data who will provide to this, or you will be part of this technology. So for any startup, which I want to say in Romania, in Transylvania, so please use a blockchain, and let's make Transylvania great again, and again. So only one thing is what I want to tell you, it's energy. So energy consumption now is very high. So only Ethereum, most of you heard about Ethereum, consumption of Ethereum is equal to the Cyprus. And consumption of electricity for Bitcoin blockchain, it's equal to Argentina now. And 2022, consumption for blockchain Bitcoin will be equal to the European Union electricity. So the electricity will be big problem. So if you will try to start to keep in your business model how you can reduce this electricity, or how you can go with decentralized electricity, or can remote electricity. It will be very successful things to your startup, and all advanced investor will look at you like a very advanced person. So we need more effective and low-cost energy. For example, one of the projects which I invest in doing is also, it's a facility in the Siberia where it's a very cold, and electricity cost only 2 cents instead of average in Europe cost 20 cents, and will be cost higher and higher and higher. And its self-cost of your product will be much more dependent of electricity. I talk about this car already. The people say now the electric driver's car now very cheaper than oil. Now it's a little bit cheaper, but it will be expensive. And then you need a lot of data that drives this car, which need also data mining, need a lot of electricity. So if you will think about your projects, startups, which is related for your city or infrastructure or big-scale business, from small but big-scale business, think about the electricity and think about the decentralized energy, which will be very important for this. So, you know, when this was a minery with a gold, so the things is always was a question, do you need the tools or you need a gold? Where you have more money, to sell the tools or to find a gold? So I think it's our future. We have both. We have tools and we have gold, and we have a huge of data, because we are that data and we are the gold. We will provide the data, and we will sell the data or exchange with our private personal data, and we will make it happen with a new startup and new technology. So everyone from you who now try to work with decentralized technology with your startups, please come to me and I help and maybe invest or support your startup. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alexander. That was very inspiring and a great perspective on what blockchain can do for us. So I think I'm
for all of us.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
And please, guys, Alex is available on the Q&A stage right after this. So thank you very much for joining us here.